We are now into a different topic in equations. And that topic is the topic that says managing fractions with binomial denominators. Binomial denominator is where you have a denominator that has two terms fused together as one. Two terms fused together, joined together, and they appear as one term. That is what we mean by binomial denominators. Look at the question set to us. They say we should evaluate 1 all over y plus 3. Y plus 3 is a binomial denominator to the fraction 1 all over y plus 3 is equal to 1 all over 5. If you are given something like this to do, what I'm going to do, just cross multiply. Remember our CM, the short form for our cross multiplication. 1 times all the things in the denominator here will give you all the things in the denominators, which is y plus 3. And now is equal to 1 times 5 will give you 5. Subtract 3 from both sides so as to eliminate 3 from the left hand side. When you do so, you are going to have only y in the left hand side of the equation, and it's going to be equal to 5 minus 3. And 5 minus 3 is 2. That means the value of y becomes 2 in that equation. The second question we have in this concept says that we should evaluate 1 all over 7 is equal to 1 all over a minus 3. A minus 3 is the binomial denominator in this equation. Our normal way, cross multiply. 1 times a minus 3 will give you a minus 3. It's now equal to 7 times 1 will give you 7. Add 3 to both sides of the equation so as to eliminate minus 3 from the left hand side of the equation. And when you do so, you are going to have only a left in the left hand side of the equation, and in the right hand side you have 7 plus 3. If you add 7 and 3, you have 10. That means a becomes 10 in that equation. Evaluate 2 all over 5 plus 3 all over b minus 8 is equal to 0. When you are given this, move 3 all over b minus 8 to the right hand side of the equation. When you do so, you're going to have 2 all over 5 left in the left hand side of the equation. It will now be equal to minus 3 all over b minus 8. In this concept now, this minus is going to change all the things you have in the denominator. It will change plus b, which is here, to minus b, and change minus 8 to plus 8. You are going to have 2 all over 5 in the left hand side will now be equal to 3 all over minus b plus 8. I want to take it in bits. In the left hand side you have 2 all over 5 is equal to 3 all over, what this means is 8 minus b. At this junction you can now cross multiply. You have 2 times all the things you have here, and it will give you something like this: 2 into 8 minus b. Now is equal to 5 times 3, which will give you 15. Remove the bracket. 2 times 8 will give you 16. 2 times minus b will give you minus 2b. Is equal to 15. You are going to subtract both sides of the equation, subtract 16 from both sides of the equation so as to eliminate this 16 that is the left hand side of the equation. When you do so, you'll be left with minus 2b, which will be equal to 15 minus 16. Minus 2b, still left in the left hand side of the equation, will be equal to minus 1. Remember, 15 minus 16 will give you minus 1. Now you are going to divide both sides of the equation by minus 2 so as to eliminate minus 2 from the left hand side of the equation. When you do so, you are going to have only b left in the left hand side of the equation, and it's going to be equal to minus 1 divided by minus 2. Minus, we cancel minus, and you'll be left with b is equal to 1 all over 2, or what you can call half. That means b is equal to 1 over half, sorry, 1 over 2, which is half, becomes the value of b in that equation that says 2 all over 5 plus 3 all over b minus 8 is equal to 0. Question number 4 said that we should solve the equation 5 all over 3x plus 2 minus 1 all over 4 is equal to 0. The first thing you do here is take minus 1 over 4 from the left hand side of the equation to the right hand side of the equation. When you are doing that, you are going to find out that you are going to have 5 all over 3x plus 2 only left in the left hand side of the equation, and it's going to be equal to, when minus 1 over 4 leaves the left hand side of the equation to the right hand side, it changes to plus. So in the right hand side of the equation, you are going to have 1 all over 4. The next thing you do is you cross multiply. 1 times 3x plus 2 will leave you with 3x plus 2. And it's going to be equal to 5 times 4 will give you 20. Now you collect like terms, or rather subtract 2 from both sides of the equation so as to eliminate plus 2 from the left hand side of the equation. You are going to have 3x will now be equal to 20 minus 2. You still have 3x left in the left hand side is equal to 20 minus 2 will give you 18. Now divide both sides of the equation by 3 so as to eliminate 3, that is the coefficient of x in the left hand side of the equation. When you do that, you'll be left with only x in the left hand side, and it's going to be equal to 18 divided by 3. And you know that 18 divided by 3 is 6. So 6 becomes the value of x in that equation that says 5 all over 3x plus 2 minus 1 all over 4 is equal to 0. Next question we have says we should solve 3 all over x minus 1 is equal to 2 all over x plus 4. Cross multiply. You are going to have 2 times x minus 1 will give you 2 into x minus 1. It's going to be equal to 3 times x plus 4. It's going to give you 3 into x plus 4. Remove brackets. 2 times x will give you 2x. 2 times minus 1 will give you minus 2. It's going to be equal to 3 times x will give you 3x. And 3 times 4 will give you 12. That's plus 12. Bring 3x to the left hand side of the equation and take minus 2 to the right hand side. Remember, whenever you are moving a term from one side of the equation to the other side, the sign of that term will change to the opposite. For instance, if you are to move 3x from the right hand side of the equation to the left hand side, this 3x will change to minus 3x. Likewise, if you are to move minus 2 from the left hand side of the equation to the right hand side, minus 2 will change to plus 2. That is exactly what we are going to do now. 2x remains in the left hand side. Bring 3x. Plus 3x will now change to minus 3x. When it leaves the right hand side and come to the left hand side. Bring down your equal to. Already we have 12 here. Write the 12. Minus 2. Leaving the left hand side to the right hand side, we change to plus 2. 2x minus 3x will give you minus x. Is equal to 12 plus 2 will give you 14. Divide both sides by minus so as to eliminate minus from the left hand side. When you do so, you are going to have plus x left in the left hand side and is going to be equal to minus 14. That means x becomes minus 14 in that equation. 3 all over x minus 1 is equal to 2 all over x plus 4. This one says that we should solve 2x plus 3 all over 2x minus 3 is equal to 3 all over 5. Cross multiply. 3 times 2x minus 3 will give you 3 into 2x minus 3. 5 times 2x plus 3 will give you, that is now going to be equal to 5 into 2x plus 3. Now remove brackets. 3 times 2x will give you 6x. 3 times minus 3 will give you minus 9. It's now equal to 5 times 2x will give you 10x. 5 times plus 3 will give you plus 15. Now move 10x from the right hand side of the equation to the left hand side. And move minus 9 from the left hand side to the right hand side. Remember what I told you? Whenever you are moving a term from one side of the equation to the other side, to the right side, the sign that term carries changes to the opposite. That means we'll have 6x already existing in the left hand side plus 10x, leaving the right hand side to the left hand side, we change to minus 10x. Bring the sign of equality. Already 15 is in the right hand side. Write it. Bring minus 9 from the left hand side to the right hand side to change to plus 9. Okay? 6x minus 10x will give you minus 4x. It's going to be equal to 15 plus 9 is 24. So we are going to have plus 24 in the right hand side of the equation. Now, minus, if you want to remove minus 4 as the coefficient of x in the left hand side, divide both sides of the equation with minus 4. When you do so, you'll be left with only x in the left hand side of the equation, and it's going to be 24 divided by minus 4. Some students used to make mistake in this concept. When they want to divide, they'll be dividing with only 4, not with minus 4. And from there, they will begin to fail. Whatever you get by dividing 24 by minus 4 will be a negative. That means x is going to be equal to minus whatever the value might be. 4 divided 24 is 6. That means the value of x is minus 6. We are asked to solve 5 all over 3d minus 1 is equal to 3 all over 2d plus 7. Cross multiply. 3 times 3d minus 1 will give you 3 into 3d minus 1. Bring down the sign of equality. 5 times 2d plus 7 will give you 5 into 2d plus 7. Now remove brackets. 3 times 3d will give you 9d. 3 times minus 1 will give you minus 3. It's going to be equal to 5 times 2d will give you 10d. 5 times plus 7 will give you plus 35. Move plus 10d from the right hand side of the equation to the left hand side and move minus 3 from the left hand side to the right hand side. We are going to have 9d already in the left hand side, then minus 10d. We are moving this to this left hand side and change it to minus 10d. It's going to be equal to 35 is already existing in the right hand side. Bring down 35. Then minus 3 leaving the left hand side to the right hand side, we change to plus 3. 9d minus 10d will leave you with minus d is equal to 35 plus 3 will give you 38. Divide both sides by minus so as to eliminate minus, that is the coefficient of d in the left hand side. When you do so, you'll be left with positive d in the right left hand side, and it's going to be equal to minus 38. Therefore, d becomes the value, d now is having the value of minus 38 as the equation has it. Question number 8 says that we should solve 3 all over a minus 8 plus 2 all over a minus 3 is equal to 0. What you are going to do now is move plus 2 all over a minus 3 from the left hand side of the equation to go and meet 0 in the right hand side of the equation. Remember, when you do so, this sign of that it has, that is plus, we change to minus. So we are going to have 3 all over a minus 8 in the left hand side now will now be equal to minus 2 all over a minus 3. Now, because of this sign of minus, you are going to multiply it to all the things you have in the denominator. When you do so, plus a will change to minus a, and minus 3 will change to plus 3. So you are going to have 3 all over a minus 8 in the left hand side will now be equal to 2 all over minus a plus 3. I used minus to multiply plus a to get minus a, and I used the same minus to multiply minus 3 to get plus 3. I'm going to rewrite this in a better form. So it's going to give me 3 all over a minus 8 is equal to 2 all over 3 minus a. Instead of writing minus a plus 3, it's better written as 3 minus a. At this level, you can cross multiply. 2 times a minus 8 will give you 2 into a minus 8. Then it's going to be equal to 3 times 3 minus a, which is going to give you 3 into 3 minus a. Remove brackets. 2 times a will give you 2a. Write 2a. 2 times minus 8 will give you minus 16. Is that going to be equal to 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times minus a will give you minus 3a. Collect like terms. Move minus 3a to the left hand side to change to plus 3a. And move minus 16 to the right hand side, it will change to plus 16. Then you are going to have 2a plus 3a. I have moved minus 3a from the right hand side of the equation to the left hand side. That was why it changed to plus 3a. It's going to be equal to, already I have 9 in the right hand side, but minus 16. We move from the left hand side to the right hand side, and it will change to plus 16. 2a plus 3a will give you 5a, and it's going to be equal to 9 plus 16 will give you 25. Now divide both sides by 5 so as to eliminate 5, that is the coefficient of a in the left hand side. When you do so, you have only a left in the left hand side, and it's going to be equal to 25 divided by 5. And 25 divided by 5 will give you 5. Evaluate 3 all over 2b minus 5 minus 4 all over b minus 3 is equal to 0. Move minus 4 all over b minus 3 from the left hand side of the equation to the right hand side. Remember, the sign will change. So we are going to have it in the right hand side to be plus 4 all over b minus 3. That means we are going to have 3 all over 2b minus 5, still left in the left hand side, is now going to be equal to 4 all over b minus 3. Cross multiply. 4 times 2b minus 5 will give you 4 into 2b minus 5. It's going to be equal to 3 times b minus 3. It's going to give you 3 into b minus 3. Remove brackets. 4 times 2b will give you 8b. 4 times minus 5 will give you minus 20. Will now be equal to 3 times b will give you 3b. 3 times minus 3 will give you minus 9. Collect like terms. Already in the left hand side you have 8b. Bring plus 3b to that side to change to minus 3b. Is that going to be equal to, already we have minus 9 in the right hand side. Minus 20 coming to the right hand side, we change to plus 20. 8b minus 3b will give you 5b. It's going to be equal to, what this means is 20 minus 9, and it's going to give you 11. Divide both sides by 5 so as to eliminate 5 that is coefficient of b in the left hand side. You are going to be left with only b in the left hand side, and it's going to be 11 divided by 5. 11 divided by 5 is 2, and 1 is remaining. So we have 1 all over 5.